Hey everyone, back with some Stratomatic Baseball, the 2014 Rays season replay. They are 67 and 53 and in first place in the American League East. This is the end of a 4-game road series against the Texas Rangers. The Rays actually started the road trip 0-3, getting swept by the Oakland A's, who of course have bolstered their team with Jeff Samardzija and Jason Hamill. Rays lost to both of them. They went to Wrigley Field in Chicago and swept the Cubs, and the Cubs are in first place in the NL Central. They swept the Cubs, Joe Maddon's team that he will be managing next. Then came into Texas against a very bad Rangers team. As you can see, their record is 40 and 80. And so far have taken the first 3 games of the series. And they've outscored the Rangers 13-4. Rangers have actually outhit the Rays 25-23. And the Rangers have 3 errors in the series. The Rays have 2. You can see the Rays spreading out their scoring. Here in the innings, this 4 spot in the 6th was the Evan Longoria grand slam the game before. So anyway, this will be the 4th and final game of the series and the road trip, the 10-game road trip. The Rays are 6-3 on the road trip. They've won 6 games in a row. And the starting lineups for both teams, first for the Rays, Brandon Guyer will lead off and play in left field. Not sure why Jennings is not in the lineup. He may have been hurt for a few days. He is available off the bench, though. Batting second, the right fielder, Ben Zobrist. Batting third, the designated hitter is Evan Longoria, who hit 2 homers and drove in all 5 runs the previous game. James Loney will bat 5th, play first. Sean Rodriguez will bat 6th and play third base. He's playing for Longoria. Longoria just relegated to designated hitter duty. Yunel Escobar will bat 6th, and play shortstop. Logan Forsythe batting 7th, second baseman. Jose Molina will bat 8th and is the catcher. Kevin Kiermaier will bat 9th and play center field. And on the mound for the Rays is Jake Odorizzi. For the Texas Rangers, Sin-Shu Chu will lead off and play right field. Elvis Andrus will bat 2nd and play short. Mike Karp will bat 3rd and play first base. Adrian Beltre will bat cleanup and play 3rd. Alex Rios will bat 5th. He's the designated hitter. Leonsis Martin will bat 6th. He's in center field. Giovanni Soto will bat 7th. He's the catcher. He came over from Oakland. Batting 8th, the left fielder Jim Adducci, and batting 9th, the second baseman Rufned Odor. Robbie Ross is getting the start. He was added to the roster for this game, so apparently he was on the DL. So he'll get the start. Interesting note on Soto, I only have a card for him for Oakland. And he got traded to Oakland, I believe. But I don't have a card for whatever reason. I looked. And I don't have a card for him for Texas. So I can either use the Oakland card, which is 80 at bats, or I can let the Replay Baseball game engine take care of it, which I might do. Because I only have the Oakland card. I don't know why I don't have the Texas card. It's probably somewhere. Anyway, let's go back to the ballpark here. And the dice roller put in place here. Brandon Guyer will lead things off. Robbie Ross on the mound. He's a lefty. So we'll see how this pans out. In the real game, the Rays won 6-3. They had 6 runs, 10 hits, no errors. And the Rangers had 3 runs, 5 hits, and no errors. And all thanks to Baseball Sim Research, I used their score sheets that already have the players and the lineup in there, and the actual score of the real game. Really nice scorecard. Brandon Guyer to lead things off, and we're underway. It is a 3-7 against the lefty And that's a base hit, so not a good start for Ross. So a leadoff single. And as you can see, Robbie Ross, 3-5 with a 7.31 ERA. The Rangers are dead last in just about every pitching category. Horrible season. Geyer is a B-rated Steeler. So if I look at the chart, a B is 1 to 13, and he is being held on, so that subtracts 3 for B, so that's 1 to 10. And then Soto is a -1, so that's 1 to 9. It's a less than a 50% chance. Zobrist would be a B hit and run. Let's start things off early. Let's hit and run. Speed on the bases. And it will be a B-rated hit and run. We add the first 2 dice, so that's an 8. So a B and an 8 is a ground out to second. The runner advances 1 base. So Geyer went off with the pitch, and Zobrist hit a ground ball to Odor. He makes the play for the first out. And the Rays have a runner in scoring position with Evan Longoria. So Geyer's at second. It's a 6-5 versus a righty. And Ross found a strikeout. So Longoria down on strikes, which is a recurring theme this year. Longoria struck out a lot. So runner at second with 2 outs for James Loney. 2-7 versus a lefty is a ground ball to second base to end the inning. So the Rays get the leadoff man on, and I made a mistake here. Hit it twice, I think. Let me see. Yeah, we'll go back to Loney and do a 4-3. It's another great feature, is you can erase your mistakes. And we've played a half an inning. No score. Jake Odorizzi will come to the mound. He is 8-8 with a 3.68 earned run average. 134 in a third innings pitch. This will be his 24th start. He'll start off against Shin-Soo Choo, who's batting .246 with 12 homers. It is a 3-6 versus a righty, and a 3-6 is a split chance. 1 to 7 is a home run. 8 to 20 is a double. So Choo has a leadoff double. Andrus is an excellent bunter. Do we want to bunt in this situation? I'm not going to bunt. He's already in scoring position. Why give him outs? It's a 1-9. And a 1-9 is a ground ball to third A. So what that means, if we look at the chart, a ground ball to third A, if no runners are forced, they hold. So Choo is not forced, so he holds. And what we have to do here is go into the detail, and we select ground ball, third base, Rodriguez to first base, Loney. The runner holds, and that's it. That's all you have to do. Maybe should have bunted. Here's Mike Karp. Karp with a 3-8. 3-8 is a hit by pitch. Don't want to do that. Because now you've got Adrian Beltre up with runners at first and second and only 1 out. 6-2 versus a righty is a fly ball to center field B. A fly to center field B. Only the runner on third scores, others hold. There is no runner at third. So it's just a fly out to Kiermaier. Here's Alex Rios. It is a 3-7. And a 3-7 is a grounder to the shortstop. So we'll say Escobar threw it over to Forsythe for the fielder's choice. And we go ground up to second. 6-4. Innings over. Rangers leave 2. And we've played 1. It's no score. Sean Rodriguez will lead things off. 5-6, so we go off Ross's card against a righty. 5-6 is a fly out to right. 5-5 could have been a homer or a double. 5-7 could have been a single, but he gets the 5-6. So Rodriguez flies out to right. 1 away for Yunel Escobar. 339 on base percentage, second to only Ben Zobrist. 2-7 versus a lefty on Escobar's card is a ground ball back to the pitcher. Two outs. He had in his 2 column, 3's a single, 4's a walk, 5's a single, 6 is a single, 8 is a possible homer, 9 is a possible double or single, 10 single, 11 single, 12 single. He hit 7 and he grounds out to the pitcher. 3-8 for Logan Forsythe against the lefty is a strikeout. So 3 up and 3 down for the Rays. Odorizzi back on the mound. Leonsis Martin steps in. It's a 5-10 against the lefty. 5-10 is a catcher X, so we check Molina, who's a 2. He's a good defensive catcher. And it's a 1. 2 and a 1 is just a foul out. So Martin fouls out to Molina for the first out. Here's Giovanni Soto. I think I'm going to let the replay baseball engine take his at-bats if it's a 1, 2, or 3, because I just have his Oakland card. I can use his... I'm using his defensive ratings and error ratings, and I'll use his bunting, hit, run, and his running rating and stealing rating from the card, but let's see if we get a 1, 2, or a 3. It's a 6, so we're going off Odorizzi's card. 6-8 is a fly ball to center field. Quickly 2 away for Jim Adducci, who's up to 200. He's actually had a pretty good series. He has a few hits. It's a 4 and a 6 against the lefty. 4-6 is a strikeout. So nothing doing for the Rangers in that inning. Much better inning for Odorizzi. We go to the third, no score. The Rays have yet to get to Robbie Ross. And Jose Molina is up, and you can see he just bats 159. Not a very good hitter. 6-7, though, is off the pitcher card against a righty. And look at that. 1 to 11 is a double. 12 to 20 is a single. Jose Molina chugs, or should I say lumbers into second base with a leadoff double. So there you go. Sometimes you get a nice result off the pitcher card, especially when the pitcher's not that great. And Ross in 2014 was 3-6 with a 6.20 earned run average. So Kiermaier's the batter. We're not going to bunt. 5-8 versus a lefty is a ground ball to Odor, but there's an X, so we have to check his fielding rating. And Odor's a 4, and that is a 12. So second base, 4. 12 is not within his range rating, so now we have to check his error rating. And it is a 14. He made an error last game. Add up the first two dice, and that's an 8. So E14 and an 8 is a ground ball A. So that's just a ground ball to second, and Molina will go to third. So it's like a sacrifice. One out, and Molina's at third. In the top of the order here for Brandon Geyer. Infield's going to play back. It's early. It's a 6-5 versus a righty. Strikeout. Big strikeout there for Ross. So 2 away for Ben Zobrist. Let's see if Zobrist could get a little 2-out RBI magic here. 6-7 versus a lefty. And he's going to. It's a split chance. A 1 is a double. 2 to 20 is a single with 2 stars. And it's a 13, so that's just a base hit. But Molina's already at third. If he was at second, he would have scored also. If he was at first, he would have gone to third. But it is a 2-out RBI single for Ben Zobrist. Molina comes home to score. And the Rays now have a 1-0 lead with 2 outs for Evan Longoria. It's a 3-7. 3-7. 3-column not very good for Longoria. You want to get in the 1 column. Pretty much want to get in the 1 column for him. 3-7 is a ground ball to the shortstop. We'll say Andrus flips over to Odor for the 3rd out. But the Rays do get a run on the RBI single with 2 outs by Ben Zobrist, and we've played 2.5 at the ballpark in Arlington. It is the Rays 1 and the Rangers 0. All right, Rougned Odor will lead off. It's a 6-8 versus a lefty on Odorizzi's card, and a 6-8 is a strikeout. Sorry about that. Strikeout. Shin-Soo Choo. It's a 4-5. 4-5 against the lefty. It's a fly ball to left field. Odorizzi starting to settle in. 6-4 against a righty. His ground ball to the shortstop X. Escobar's a 4. And a 4-9. We check his error rating. He is an E20. Add up the 4 and 5 for a 9 under E20. And he makes the play. And that's it. We've played 3. It's 1-0 Tampa Bay. All right, we're back for the 4th inning. I had to do a little cleanup here on my score sheet. I got a batter behind for whatever reason, but I think we're all set now. I think everything is working. So James Loney will lead off against Ross, lefty on lefty. It is a 3-10 against the lefty, and that's a ground ball right back to Ross. 1 away. Sean Rodriguez is 0 for 1. He flew out to Choo his last time up. It's a 6-6. 6-6 is a walk. You definitely want to get on Robbie Ross's card. Rodriguez doesn't steal. He only stole 2 bases that year. Escobar is a B hit and run, but with Rodriguez being on first, they're holding him on, so that's an A hit and run. Let's do it. I've had mixed success, though, with hit and runs. All right, it's an A hit and run. It is a 5, and an A5 is a single, and the runners advance 2 bases, so that worked that time. So a base hit for Yunel Escobar. Rodriguez goes to third. And Logan Forsythe is the batter. Runners at first and third. With only one out. 4-7 versus a righty is a walk. So Robbie Ross is getting in trouble. And the bases are loaded. But the man you want up is up. Jose Molina. Bases loaded, one out. Infield's kind of halfway, double play depth. For Molina, you need to hit the 2 column to get a couple of singles. Actually, against the lefty, you want to hit definitely the 2 column. He's got a lot of singles in his 2 column. But we'll see what happens. Bases loaded, one out. Here's Molina. He hit his 2 column. Look at that. A 2-6 is a base hit. Runners advance 2 bases. Molina 2 for 2. That will score Rodriguez. That will score Escobar. Forsythe will go to third. How do you like that? A 2-run single. And we click S plus here. And it's now 3-0 Tampa Bay. So Jose Molina 2 for 2 with a double, a single, a run scored, and 2 runs batted in. Wow. All right. Never know. Here's Kevin Kiermaier. That's a 2 and an 11 versus a lefty. Ground ball to the first baseman C. And a ground ball to the first baseman C. Runners advance 1 base. So another run will score. So it'll be 3 unassisted, 2 outs, but he gets the RBI. Forsythe will score. And Molina will go to second. So here's Geyer now with Molina at second and 2 outs. It's a 4-5. And a 4-5 versus a righty is a ground ball to the shortstop to end the inning. The Rays, however, score 3. And we go to the bottom of the 4th. It is 4-0 Tampa Bay, looking for a 4-game sweep. Carp is up. It's a 1-4. 1-4 is a hit by pitch plus injury. We're not doing injuries, so it is a hit by pitch. And I guess they don't like Mike Carp because that's the second time he's been hit. Interestingly enough, since the Longoria Grand Slam last game, there have been 4 hit batsmen. Adrian Beltre is up. Rangers have to get something going. It's a 6-5. And a 6-5 is a ground ball to Escobar. And I know it's going to be an out, but is it going to be a double play? Escobar is a 4, a 17 is a ground ball C, so it's not going to be a double play. Ground ball C, runners are going to advance, so it'll be a slow roller. Escobar will make the play, and Carp will go to second. Here's Alex Rios. 4-7 versus a righty. Single 1-5, line out to third, 6-20. They don't get the roll again. It's a line out to third. So he lines it out to Rodriguez. Two outs. Here's Martin. Carp still at second. 6-9 versus a lefty. And there we have some good news for the Rangers. 6-9 against a lefty. 1-6 is a triple. 7-20 is a single 2 stars. It is a 5, so it is a triple. 2-out triple, and the Rangers are on the board. And Carp will score. So the hit by pitch comes back to haunt Odorizzi. Here's Soto. Now we're on the hitter card, and like I said, I'm going to use the game engine because I just don't have a card for him for Texas. I only have it for Oakland. So we'll see what happens. Struck him out to end the inning. So the Rangers strand Martin at third. They do pick up a run, so they finally score. And after 4, it's the Rays 4 and the Rangers 1. And now Robbie Ross enters his point of weakness inning. Here's Zobrist. It's a 6'10 versus a lefty. 6'10, I'm sorry, versus a righty. Zobrist is batting righty this at bat. 6'10 is a shortstop X, so it's Elvis Andrus, who is an excellent 2. He's an above-average fielder. Roll is a 4. That should be an out. So shortstop 2 and a 4 is an out. So that's a 6-3, 1 out. Here's Longoria, 6'8 versus a righty. Is a base hit. James Loney, 4'8 versus a lefty, is a double into left field. Longoria is going to go to third. Here's where base running comes into play. He's a 1 through 12 runner, and then Aducci is a 0. So 1 to 60% chance that he could score, but it's a double to left field. Using logic, Longoria's not the world's fastest runner. I'm going to stop him at third. So it's second and third with only 1 out for Sean Rodriguez and 1 more hit or walk. And Ross needs to come out. He probably should come out now. And I think we're going to do that. We'll be right back with the possible pitching change. All right, we're back. Scott Baker takes the mound. Sean Rodriguez is the batter. Baker is a long reliever. And you look at his numbers, they're just as bad as everybody else on the Rangers. He's 1-4 with a 6.85 earned run average. He has 4 starts. We're gonna keep him in. His point of weakness is in the 4th inning of relief. So he's the long reliever, and they need work because they need help. Because if you look, I don't think they'll let you see it now, but a lot of the guys are tired. Okay, so second and third, 1 out. Infield. They're going to play in. It's a 4-5 against a righty. 4-5 is a ground ball to third base A. But they're playing in, so I need to see what this is about. Be right back. All right, we're back. I forgot. We have a chart for infield in. Ground ball A with the infield in. The batter is out, and the runners hold. The runner at third holds because the infield was in. Longoria's not going anywhere. Loney has to stay at second. So we go to detail, ground ball, third base, first base, runners hold. So there you go. All right. Rodriguez can't get the job done. 2 outs for Yunel Escobar, who is 1 for 2 with a run scored. Infield's back. 3-10 versus a righty is a Ballpark in Arlington baseball effects chart. Check, and it's a 17, and I already know 1 through 11 is a single. Anything else is a line out, so he lines out. Since he's a righty, he lines it out to the shortstop, Andrews. And a good job by Scott Baker. to get out of that jam. Bottom of the fifth, Odorizzi is now in his point of weakness inning. Let's see if the Rangers can take advantage. 3-7 is a strikeout. So Adducci strikes out. Here's Rougned Odor. It's a 5-4. Fly ball center field X. Kiermaier's a 2. And that's a 14. That should be an out. And it is. Rays getting all the rolls in this series. Top of the order, Shin-Soo Choo. It's a 4-2. 4-2 against a lefty is a walk. Here's Elvis Andrus. Should we hit and run with him? It'd be an A. Why not? There's 2 outs. Choo is pretty good speed. Not the greatest, but not bad. So we're going to try another hit and run. It's a 7. And an A7, batter misses pitch, roll 20-sided die for steal results. So now we go to Choo, who's a D stealer. And a D stealer is 1 to 9. And then you subtract the fact that he's being held on. And that's another -4, so that's 5. And then you add in Molina, he's a 0. So it's 1 to 5. So he's got a 1 to 5 chance. It's a 10. And he's caught stealing. Terrible managing on my part for the hit and run. Andrus whiffed. And Choo is thrown out 2 to 4. And the inning is over. Don't want to make the last out on the base paths. I thought maybe they can get something going. They couldn't. They're terrible. We go to the 6th. Baker will remain in the game. It's a 4-11 versus Forsythe. And a 4-11 is a fly ball to left field X. Adducci is a 3. That's a 13. We might be going to an error. 3-13. Yep, splits are 8 to 13. Adducci has a 0 for an error, so it's an out. He didn't make an error in left field. One out for the hot Jose Molina. 2 for 2 with a double, a single, a run scored, and 2 RBIs. 3-7 versus a righty, and he'll ground to third. So back to earth for Jose Molina. Here's Kevin Kiermaier. It's a 6-6. And a 6-6 against a lefty. 1 is a single. He got a 1. Like I said, the roll's pretty much going all the Rays' way. Kiermaier's on base for Geyer with 2 outs. That's a 4-8 versus a righty. 1 to 17 is a double. Fly ball to left, 18 to 20. They finally get a roll going their way. Could that be the turnaround? We go to the bottom of the 6th. Odorizzi See about his point of weakness. He gave up a walk, so he's still good. It's combination of 3 walks or hits in an inning or 4 over 2 innings. So he's still okay. Andrus, the batter. 2-9. 2-9 is a leadoff single. And I'm going to steal him. He's going to go for it because they've got to try to get some runs. So he is a 1-15. You subtract 2 for 1-13. It stays at 1-13 because of Molina's 0 arm. So 1-13. It's a 7, so he steals the base. He's 25 steals on the year. First, let's get him the first. And now he's got 26. All right, so Mike Karp. Let's see what we got here. Aaron Sebia can play first. Rosales can play first if we take Karp out. He's a lefty, though. And we'll leave him in. Righty and lefty. 6-6 versus a lefty. Struck him out. At least he didn't get hit by the pitch that time. Adrian Beltre now the batter with Andrus still at second. 2-5. There's a ground ball to third base A. So the runner, I believe, advances. Nope, runners hold. Ground ball. Third base to first. Runner holds. They just can't do anything. Alex Rios, you see now as far as inside Replay Baseball's game engine, he could pitch to 6 more batters as long as he gets them all out. As soon as he gives up a hit, he's tired. Their card changes. That's pretty much on par with Stratomatic. He's pretty much a 6-inning pitcher. So we'll probably go to the bullpen for the 7th, but let's see how he does. 2 outs, and Andrus at second. It's a 5-8. And he walked him. So now you see the numbers come off his card, and you use the B range here, so it knocks him down. But as far as Strat goes, he hasn't reached his point of weakness yet. He has 1 more before he reaches his point of weakness, but you know what? With the lefty coming up, we're going to pull him, so we'll be back with the pitching change. All right, we're back. Jeff Beliveau is a lefty. He'll be summoned out of the bullpen. He's pitched 9 2/3 innings, 4.66 ERA. And so he will take over. He only pitched 24 innings for the Rays that year. Did pretty good. 2.63 ERA, 28 strikeouts, and he saved a game. Thought about taking Martin out for a pinch hitter, but he's an everyday player. And he has a 281 average, so we're going to go with it. It's a 5-7. And look at that. Beliveau finds his strikeout. The poor Rangers. Martin strikes out to end the inning. 7th inning coming up. Baker will be back on the mound for his 3rd inning of work. 4 innings is where he gets tired. So here is Ben Zobrist. It is a 3-8, and that's a pop out to second. Baker's done a really good job so far. In relief. Here's Longoria. It's a 4-8. 1-17 is a double. On the split chance, Longoria with a 1-out double. He has 2 hits. Here's Loney. 6-5 is a fly ball to left. For the second out, it's a fly ball B. And the runner holds. And here's Sean Rodriguez. 3-9. Struck him out. So he works around the double by Longoria. And the inning is over. We go to the bottom of the 7th. And we got Soto, who I'm going to, I believe, pinch hit for. Adducci and Odor. So we got a bunch of lefties coming up. I'm going to leave Beliveau in. And we'll be back with a pinch hitter. All right, so Robinson Chirinos will pinch hit for Soto, for lefty on righty. Bullpen working for the Rays. They are up 3, so they're going to keep Beliveau in there. It's a 1-5. And welcome, Beliveau, to the world of right-handed hitting. Chirinos with a pinch hit home run. How do you like that? Bomb to left field. And it's 4-2. Adducci, they're leaving Beliveau out there to face the lefty, but we're going to pinch hit for Adducci, who's playing left field. And we'll put in Dan Robertson, or will we? Yeah. So Dan Robertson's going to come in. To pinch hit and take over in left. Let's update my score sheet here. And let's see, 3-7-0. And now the Rays are going to counter. With Joel Peralta, who's been not as reliable as you'd like. He is 5-1 with a 4.34 ERA. So let me get him out here. That's why I normally pause when I try to get different players in. But I found him. So Beliveau comes out, gives up the home run. Peralta comes in. And now we're set. It's a 4-3 against a righty. It's a fly ball to right field to Zobrist. Zobrist is a 2, and that's a 15. 2 and a 15 is a fly ball. He catches it. Peralta gets him. And here's Rougned Odor, the lefty. Let's see what happens here. It's a 5-8. And Odor greets him with a double. So the Rangers are making some noise. Shin-Soo Choo is another lefty. And we're going to put in Cesar Ramos. Ramos has done very well over the past month or so. His ERA was 6. He's been a spot starter, but he seems to have found his niche against the lefties in the bullpen and has lowered his ERA to 4.77. All right, so Ramos comes in. So now the game gets exciting because you're making all these pitching changes and pinch hitters and what have you. Chu is a right fielder, but he's got home run power. We don't have anybody. I mean, we could move slot guys over if we wanted to, but we're going to let him hit. So 1 out, runner at second. It's a 1-8, and against the lefty, he strikes out. Two outs. And we'll let him pitch to Elvis Andrus. 2-7. Andrus grounds out to short. Every other, let's see, a 2-2, a 2-4, and a 2-7 is an out on his card. Everything else is a double or a single or a walk. He finds the shortstop ground out. And that'll end the inning. 4-2 is the score. Scott Baker, we're going to take him out. And you can see now that we have a question mark. We need to enter a fielder and a catcher. So we got Robertson now playing left field. And Chirinos is the catcher. And Baker's going to come out. He did a great job in relief. We've got, let's see. I'm going to bring in Neftali Feliz. He has not pitched in a while. And a lot of the guys have been used a lot. So we're going to bring him in for the 8th inning, see if he can keep this close. So Feliz will come in. And you can see 16 2/3 innings pitched, 2.70 ERA. He has 1 save. Baker did a great job in middle relief. So it'll be Feliz against Escobar. It is a 2-7. And that's a ground ball to shortstop. Andrus makes the play. Here's Logan Forsythe. We've got that lefty Joyce on the bench just in case. 6-7 is a fly ball to center. Martin makes the play. Here's Jose Molina. 3-9. Struck him out. So Feliz does what he's supposed to do, and he'll pitch. He'll also pitch the 9th. All right. 4-2 Rays here in the bottom of the 8th. Put the strikeout in. Ramos and Carp. Rays are going to go to their bullpen anyway. We're going to bring in Jake McGee, who's kind of turned into our, well, yeah, we'll bring in Jake McGee. Kind of started out as the closer. but now is kind of the setup man. So he'll come in for Cesar Ramos. And we'll start off against Carp. But he won't, because Adam Rosales is going to pinch hit for him. So Rosales will pinch hit and play first base when he comes in. And now we're set. McGee versus Adam Rosales. It's a 5-6. And McGee says, I don't care if you're a righty, I'm striking you out anyway. So Rosales out on strikes. Here's Beltre. It's a 1-3. Possible home run. It's a ballpark effects chart check. And he's a righty. Nope. 1-8 is a homer. 9-20 is a deep fly out to left. They're just not getting the rolls. Two outs for Alex Rios. It's a 3-8. Versus a lefty is a ground ball to the shortstop. So McGee does his job. Rangers go down in order. We go to the ninth. Feliz back on the bump. And we will need to replace him, Carp, with Rosales. There we go. Very easy interface for replay baseball. All right, ninth inning, 4-2 Rays as they try to sweep the four-game series. Kevin Kiermaier will lead things off. It's a 1-11. And a 1-11 is a home run check. He's a lefty. And it's 1-12. He rolled an 18. So that's just a deep fly ball to right. And that's how the super advanced rules play. They giveth and taketh away. Brandon Geyer, the batter. He's 1 for 4. 4-8. He's a strikeout. So Neftali Feliz just about at the end of his rope in PC replay baseball, but he's still strong. 3-5 is a grounder to the pitcher. And the inning is over. All right. Ninth inning. Leonsis Martin will lead off. We're going to leave McGee in to pitch to him. And let's see what happens. 4-2 Rays here in the bottom of the ninth, trying for the sweep. 5-2 is a ground ball to Forsythe X. Forsythe is a 2. That's a 19, and I can tell you that that's an out. One away. Chirinos the batter. And Boxberger is going to come in to try to get the final 2 outs. So, Chirinos pinch hit for Soto in the 7th and hit a home run. So let's get Brad Boxberger in there. And put him in the score sheet. When I pause or hesitate, it's because I'm updating my score sheet here. I keep score. It just keeps me more involved with the game. I love just having the stats and keeping score. All right. It's a 4-5. Roxburgher strikes him out. The Rays are an out away from a 4-game sweep and a 7-3 road trip. Here's Daniel Robertson. Here we go. 4-7. Same thing. Struck him out. Ball game's over. And the Tampa Bay Rays have swept the Texas Rangers 4 straight in Texas. To continue the misery of the Rangers, 4 runs, 9 hits, no errors for Tampa Bay. 2 runs, 5 hits, no errors for Texas. The winning pitcher is Jake Odorizzi. He is now 9-8. Robbie Ross is the loser. He is 3-6. Boxberger gets his 15th save. And look who the MVP is. Jose Molina. Unbelievable. The light-hitting Jose Molina is the MVP. Go to the box score. Molina 2 for 4 with a run scored and 2 runs batted in. And there's your box score you can see. The substitutions tells you who pitched, who batted for anybody. Double Molina and Loney and Longoria. Chu and Odor had doubles. Martin had a triple homer for Chirino, so they hit for the cycle in the game. But only got 2 runs. They were just 1 for 11 with runners in scoring position. The Rays not much better, 2 for 12. But it was enough. Left 7 on base, and they left 6. Chu got caught stealing on the hit and run. Andrews did steal his 26th. And the pitcher, Odorizzi, went 5 2/3, gave up a run on 3 hits, walked 2, struck out 5. Bellevue gets a hold because he got out of the 6th inning. Did give up a home run, though, in the 7th. Peralta gets a hold. Ramos gets a hold. McGee pitched an inning in the 3rd. He gets a hold. Boxberger gets his 15th save in 2/3 and strikes out both guys. Odorizzi hit Matt Carp twice. Not sure why, but he did. Game time, 2 hours, 57 minutes. And the series stats, Tampa Bay outscored the Texas Rangers 17-6 in this 4-game series. They outhit the Rangers 32-30. 6 runs in 4 games in their home stadium. So, Rangers had just about as many hits. They just couldn't score anybody. And that's it. The ball game is over. The Rays go to 68-53, and the Rangers drop to 40-81. Hope you enjoyed this broadcast, and I will be back soon with some other games. The Rays do now head home to take on the New York Yankees, and the Detroit Tigers will face their former teammate, David Price. So we'll be back soon for another game. I hope you enjoyed it. Take care.